Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Versatile and I do finance content. So today we're looking at the difference between the free cash flow for firm and the free cash flow to equity. So these are two different free cash flows. So we're going to look at this. So with free cash flow to firm, we're looking at just think about WACC when we're talking about the free cash flow to firm. And then when we talk about the free cash flow to equity, think about the cost of equity. Remember, when you talk about the firm and we talk about the WACC, we are looking at two things. We are looking at three things. We're looking at the preference shares, we're looking at the equity, we're looking at the debt. That's what makes the firm. But when we talk about the equity, we're looking only at the cost of equity. So be mindful of these two things. So I did the explanation of these two in the short videos, but we are going to look first at the free cash flow of the firm, which you first calculate the free cash flow. And what I need you guys to note here, there are cases where they are going to require you to calculate the free cash flow to equity, but they are not going to give you this, which is the free cash flow. So they will require you to calculate the free cash flow, which is they're going to use this formula to calculate the free cash flow, and then you come to this step of calculating the free cash flow of the equity, where you say the free cash flow that you calculated here minus the principal payments, which is your interest payments, plus the new debt. Then you get your free cash flow, which you are going to grow each year until you get to the year that they've given you, which is the last year that they've given you. And then after that, you move to step 3, where you're going to calculate the terminal value using the cost of equity that you would rather be calculated or you'll be given. And then you minus the growth rate. This growth rate is the growth rate which is going to be the one that is going to be continuous in the other years. And then you calculate you discount your free cash flows, and then you calculate the value of the equity, where you're going to compare it with the share price. You're going to use it to calculate the intrinsic value that you will compare with the market share price. Remember, if the market share price is greater than the intrinsic value, it means that the shares are being overvalued. But if the market share price is less than the intrinsic value, it means that the share price is undervalued. So this is what you need to look at, which is the free cash flows of the firm. You first calculate the free cash flows. With EBIT, you'll be given the EBIT or EBIT, which include the depreciation and amortization, which is DA at the end. So what you would do there, you need to first remove the tax from the EBIT, and then you add the depreciation, then you minus the capex, then you minus the change in net working capital, and then you get your free cash flow. I did show you guys on how to calculate the depreciation if not given, and then the change in net working capital, where they always put a trick. It is here by how they structure the wording on the information they've given you. So they might say that you need to calculate the net working capital, but they only give you the growth, where you need to grow your net working capital. So you need to be mindful of whether they say initially it is a net working capital, it is a change in net working capital, or they say it's a net working capital. Because if they say it's a change in net working capital and they need you to grow it, you're going to calculate the change in net working capital and you grow it. But if they say initially it's a net working capital and it changes over the years, so you need to calculate the change in net working capital each year. So that's how it is. And then in the capital expenditure, also here they can trick you to give you the PPE, or they can give you the carrying amount. So if they give you the carrying amount, always add depreciation. But if they don't give you the carrying amount, make sure that you just minus the depreciation of the present year from the previous minus from the current, so to get the capex. So that's how it is done. Hope you understand from what I just given you guys, and if you have any question, please make sure that you ask all your question on the comment section. And yeah, man, all the best.